Hi, this is Terry with Exact Line Tools. Today we're doing a repair on a Chevy Silverado bedside. As you can see on this repair, we have about a 2-foot long crease running through an area where the bedside and the wheel flare merge together, making it a multi-stepped panel that is curved from top to bottom. In addition to that, the crease also ran through a textured chip guard coating in the shape of a shark fin. I started the repair with an abrasive wheel, removing the paint and the chip guard from the crease. I then applied a row of nails and pulled the crease out. After that, I feathered back the paint and the chip guard with 180 grit on a finish DA, preparing the surface for my first coat of plastic filler. On the first coat of filler, I'm using a mix of 25% putty glaze with 75% body putty. This gives me the right consistency for the temperatures that I'm working with, as well as for the depth of the fill that I want to accomplish. Now I'm working here to cover the entire area with that plastic filler, making sure I don't leave any gaps in it, so I can get a nice smooth transition across it when I take the blade and make my first sweep. Now I'm using the number 3 blade on this repair. It most closely matches the radius from top to bottom on this panel. I'm making my first sweep, and as you can see, it readily moves and organizes the shape of that plastic filler to duplicate the original shape based on the 2 control surfaces that I'm resting the edge of the blade against. That would be the green masking tape on the top and on the bottom of the repair. I've gathered the mud from the edge of the blade and put it at the front of the sweep, and I'm doing the same sweep a few more times here, just seeing if I can make that sweep a little bit better. Take your time with this. Consider it all just practice going forward for the next repair. I'm going to remove the little bit of plastic filler at the bottom there, the overfill, and I'm going to give it a couple more sweeps just to see if I can get it a little bit closer. That's pretty good. I'll try one more. And I think this is going to do it for our first application. I removed the overfill and I lightly sanded it with 180 grit. And now we're applying our second coat of plastic filler. As you can see, the color is a little different on this application of plastic filler. I've mixed a 50-50 mixture of putty glaze and body filler. This gives it a slightly better quality material overall, and it works great going forward into the paint process. I'm covering the entire area here once again so I can get a nice sweep without any gaps in the plastic filler. Taking my time to just move it around a little bit. Essentially all I'm trying to do is get a nice even coat of plastic filler over. I'm not trying to shape it. I'm just trying to apply it, and I'll take the extra that I have on my board and put it at the front of that sweep. Just give me a little extra to work with. Again, I'm using the number 3 blade, and I'm sweeping across the panel, transitioning right over the wheel flare. You can see that it moves without any hesitation across the various planes that I am giving shape to here. I'm going to remove the overfill at the bottom there. And once again, I need to point out that all of the work is based on the control surface at the bottom and the top. That's my blueprint for a perfect repair. The blade will take the shape of that radius and it'll transmit it across the entire repair. I've removed the tape. I've lightly sanded it with a finish DA with 180 grit. I've filled a few pinholes that I've found, and I've marked out the texture coating pattern for my painter. Now I'm ready to see what it looks like after he's done his work. It looks really good. I can see the shape of the panel is beautiful. We have a great shape. There's no distortions in it. Looking around the panel, it flawless. We can see that the texture coat, excuse me for the dark frames here because there was a lot of contrast. It's a very bright room, but I think you can still see that we have a beautiful shape, and we're ready to go forward with the polishing and assembly of this car. It's worth noting that the broader area, right in this area here, has a slight inverted curve as it meets the flare of that quarter panel. You'll be able to see that a little clearer as we take it into another room with different lighting, and you'll be able to pick out that slight inverted curve. The texture coat looks great. The entire repair looks like a brand new Bedside, as it did new. Again, just looking at it at some different angles. As I said a moment ago, the panel has a slight inverted curve, and I'll show you that on this next video. As you see the red toolbox in the reflection, as I move the camera angle around, you'll see that the area leading up to the flare, right there, has an inverted curve. That would further complicate this repair if I wasn't using the blade resting on the two control surfaces. Instead, we have a perfect repair every time. Thanks for watching.